Hello everyone. Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia. I have had all the notifications come up on my phone and I thought, yes, all the notifications have come up. I can go live. No, there was another one right as I went live. Oh my dear, I hope you all had an amazing weekend. I had a bit of a busy one. Had a bit of a girls' trip to the hairdresser on Saturday with my stepdaughter and granddaughter. My granddaughter is very, very happy with her touch-up colour and her cut, which is very nice. She went, I want something different. And my hairdresser, who we worked out, we've nearly known each other 18 years. He was amazing, and I have one very happy 13-year-old and a very happy 30-something-year-old who desperately needed a haircut and hadn't had that since I think my grandson was very, very young. So yes, had a lovely day, and then on Sunday I had my team meeting with my team, and I've actually had a couple of new members join since my team meeting. So unfortunately they missed out on watching us make these 4 cards. They are part of my All About Sale-a-bration class. All I have left to do is film these cards and the class will be ready, but you can purchase the card over on my blog, which is ellenthehappystamper.blogspot.com. If you go to tutorials for sale, you can purchase this tutorial, $10, and you get 4 videos, and you also get a project sheet with that. Hey Roz, welcome. Thank you for joining. Don't forget, everyone, say hi and give me a thumbs up so you guys can find me again. I'm going to get up my replay and actually make sure I'm muted. No one needs to hear me twice. There we go, everyone's here. So today we are having a bit of a first play. I was wondering last night, what am I going to play with today? And then I went, what haven't I played with? That is often a very good question in your crafting. If you're at a bit of a loss, ask the question, what haven't I played with? Or if you've played with everything in your craft room, good on you. I'm so very happy for you. What haven't I played with in a long time? So I grabbed out the hybrid Thoughtful Moments kit. So this is dies and a matching embossing folder. Now I have seen how people are using these, and I'm just going to show you simple ways. These products are in the mini catalogue, okay? And today I'm going to make the words. So hopefully, yes, you can see those words. So this is all about sentiments. So we're going to need something for the sentiments to go with. And the sale-a-bration catalogue has lots of amazing designer series paper, and I thought I would pair some of the sentiments we use with both the Flight and Airy and the here's a Oh Happy Day, no, not Trusty Tools, not Softly Stippled, not Flight, well, we are using Flight and Airy, Sunny Days. So this is the Sunny Days Designer Series paper, and then I will show you, and you can earn these for free with a $90 order in Australia, and that is the Flight and Airy Designer Series paper. So I thought that's what we'll do. So I'll also have to work out what colours we want to use as well. Hello, Miss Lisa. Hello, Margine. Welcome. I hope you guys are well. So in this catalogue, the mini catalogue is the Thoughtful Moments, and that is on page 18. So I will have that open to show you and to work out what I'm doing. Now on page 18, and I wasn't quite prepared for this, hopefully, yes, this is my good one. Stampin' Up! Have come out with a silicone brayer. I haven't bought silicone brayer. I have an old school brayer. So this is a speedball brayer that Stampin' Up, very dusty, that Stampin' Up used to sell many, many years ago. I still have this in my stash and I'm going to use it today. So just know Stampin' Up do have a silicone one. They both have their place. I haven't got the silicone one, so I can't comment on how great it is. Basically, a brayer is a tool that you can use to transfer ink, and that's it. I will show you how this one works. This one is rubber, and the one in the Stampin' Up catalogue currently for sale is silicone. So just a bit of a precursor there. Can't buy these ones, but I just happen to have one. Hello, Sharon. Ah, yes. Oh, you have them all, Roz. Okay, so I'm assuming, Roz, you have used the silicone one. Can you just tell us what you think of the rubber compared to the silicone, if there's a major difference with the ink transfer? Because what I'm going to do while you type and tell us what you think, I'm going to flip around, turn off my overhead light. I'm very smart today. I've already closed the door and I already have my fan going because it is horribly humid here today. I didn't check the percentage, but we've been sitting around 70% humidity, which is horrible. And I have been out today already, and I thank God my car air conditioning got fixed yesterday because it made my travels so much more pleasant with the air conditioner running. And I just thank God I've got it here at home, otherwise I'd be a dripping, melting mess. So, Roz, we anticipate your answer, and I must ask, who already, whoops, sorry, my glasses cleaning cloth just fell. Who already has the Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing folder? So it consists of the dies and the embossing folder. Let's flip. We are the correct way. That is awesome. This needs to come this way a bit. Tilt up. A bit of a zoom. I think we're good. I think we are doing wonderfully today. I shall be back. So we're down a child in the house today, but I have just had Owen. Sorry, I just do need to tilt that a bit. Perfect. Not really, but it's, you know, close enough is good enough, isn't it, girls? Okay. So everyone, well, lots of you are here, and I do appreciate you joining us as part of my live. Sorry, I'm trying to break my fan here that's oscillating. So all I've got out are the dies and the embossing folder. So there is one big die and lots of little accent dies. The little accent dies, for me personally, and my very special hands, are a little bit too fine, but they are beautiful, especially if you like embellishments, but you want some hearts and stars and flowers. And look at the little clouds. Oh my God, they're adorable, but they're so tiny. My fingers just would not do them. So if you like little sprinkly bits on your scrapbook pages or your cards, these little dies are the perfect accent, and you can have them cut out in glimmer, in some basic paper. You can colour them with ink. You can do so much with those. But today we're just concentrating on the matching die and stamp set. Now, I need to cut out a couple of pieces of basic white cardstock. So I'm assuming this is square, and it is not. So we are going 16 centimeters by 15.5. Right. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to prep 3 pieces, and I'm not sure if I will need all 3 pieces, but I've got one there for later because I'm sure I'm going to want this for later. So that is 3 pieces, and I'm running, I do have another pack of basic white. I've been running out of a lot of my cardstock recently, which is a little bit of me going, oh my God, I like having backups, because if I design a class, I just like to have enough of everything. So we said 16, which is, I think, about there. It's right in between the fold. Okay. And yes, I am cutting all 3 pieces at once because this is our basic white, which is buffered down a little bit more. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Lisa, for asking Roz again. Hopefully she hasn't had to pop off for something and we can get the answer. So these should be the correct size, and I've got some awesome size scraps here. So I'm always happy to add to my, and at the moment I don't have a lot of basic white scrap, but it is always needed for sentiments and whatnot. So I have these 3 things. So I want to have a look at the colors in the 2 papers I want to use and see what we shall do. So that's that. So I want Sale-a-bration. So we've got pecan pie, and I thought that would be a really good neutral color to go with the Flight and Airy. Now, sunny days. Basic black crushed curry. I don't really want to use basic black. Maybe I want to go basic grey, which is in my class stuff, because then we've got something nice and dark, and I kind of have an idea that I can add in some colour. So I have an idea. So basic grey is the base, and then I can add colour to the words as needed. So I have 2 colours chosen. That can go back there. So let's show you how, I'll show you where this is in the catalogue first. Then I'll explain how this all works. So on page 18 of the mini catalogue, which is this one, so whether you look at it online or you can go to my online store and look up Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing. So we do have 2 hybrid embossing. We've got the Adoring Hearts that actually goes with the stamp set, or we have Thoughtful Moments, which is just the dies and the embossing, which is the one I chose to get. And there you can see we've also got our Stampin' brayer. So it says silicone roller provides even coverage when applying ink to embossing folders, stamps and paper. Resting feet to keep crafting surfaces ink-free, gives you the roller length, which is 12.1 centimeters, which I actually think is longer than the one I have here. Let me have a look. This is just under 10 centimeters. So it is longer in its physicality, and the width is 1 1/4, which I think width is 1 1/4 or 3.2 centimeters. It did give me centimeters. Okay, maybe Roz hasn't played with them quite yet. Hang on. Let me I think the roller width is on par with what the red rubber one is. So there we go. So that is that in the catalogue. Now, here in the samples, we have outlines, and we also have bits that have been solidly put in. So I'm going to try both today and see how it turns out and show you what I'm doing with both. And I'm going to do a bonus third one and show you how to use blending brushes. Okay, so I think all these sentiments are fantastic. I will go through the sentiments that we have, and this will be great to have the white behind. So we've got thank you, oh happy day, thinking of you, the big hello, love you, with sympathy, you make me happy, celebrate, just because, and get well soon. Actually, you can't read those. It's better this way. So much better this way. So you can see the beautiful script font mixed in with the nice block. And let's get a moving, because, you know, 17 minutes later, we've spoken a lot about it. Let's get making. Not that I am on a time crunch, but I appreciate all the time that you guys give me. As I said, not using the sprinkly bits, and I don't want to lose any of those. So this will go back in my pouch. Now, this is one big piece. So first and foremost, I am going to show you just how to cut and emboss with this. So we're not going to be using any ink at all. We're just going to be cutting and embossing. So this is, well, they're both kind of raised parts, but this is a solid raised part and this is the indented part. So I think these will lock in, if I'm correct, and I may not be. This die, I'm just going to hold that this side. This die locks in just like that. So that is locked in and not actually moving anywhere. Now, I did kind of forget to tell you that you are going to need a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So there we go. That is all there ready to go. I am going to keep it upside down, and this is going to cut and emboss in one pass. So let's grab that machine, and my right arm, which I was saying last week I had really hurt, is actually significantly better. And this morning I did have a massage with my normal massage lady, and she couldn't feel anything wrong. And I said, well, it still hurts, but it's nowhere near as bad. So we'll see what my physio says. I just want to make sure they are still locked in and lined up, which they are. And I want to go in spine first. Okay. This is wrong. I don't want those plates. Because this is a 3D folder, I want my plate number 4. So I'm just going to remove my plate 2 and my 2 plate 3s. I went to do it and I stopped myself. Hey Julie, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. So lovely to have you here live. Just checking again because I have moved it. That is all still locked in. Okay. Pop the lid on, which is plate number 4. Let's make sure that's all under there. Well, I'm cranking okay. Just going to pull this out for a second because this top plate was actually getting stuck. So hopefully I haven't moved anything and this comes through okay. Okay. Oh, it absolutely does get in the way. Why am I closing this? We are going to do this a few more times. Okay. So what we come out with here is our backing piece. We don't need that. So I'm going to try and pop these in my dish here just to show you. So these are plain white, and what I was going to do is maybe do some ink swiping with just with an ink pad, and we can also try our blending brushes. So if we didn't add any ink to the folder at all, this is how they will come out, plain white or whatever cardstock you wanted to add. Okay, so that's the big hello, the little with sympathy, medium size love you. I love the thank you, it's beautiful. But of course you don't need to cut the whole sheet out at once. I have got everything. So that is with us doing not much at all. Just paper, die, and the embossing folder. Okay, so that is first basic way. Next, and this is where I want to be a little bit, that is ready. This is not, but that's okay. So what I think I want to do with the next one is I want to use the pecan pie with our brayer, and I want the main section to be pecan pie. So tip when brayering, we don't want to do this, because what happens is we only ink up half the brayer by just going backwards and forwards. What we want to do is go in one direction, and I am also going from side to side to also ink up those edges. So I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing here. So I have a beautiful mix, I have a beautiful coating of ink. So what I want to do is I probably want to do that again and just keep on going backwards and forwards. Now, I'm not really worried about the ink that is on the folder at all, because it is on places that we're actually not going to be using. Okay, sorry, I had that a bit too far down, but you get the gist. So, of course I can't do this quickly. I don't want the ink to dry. So that die has not moved, and what I want to do is close this over. Okay, now I'm just going to take that off screen for a second and just pop it on the plate. Bring up our machine, and I already have some ink transfer here, which is awesome because I did close the embossing folder. So I have plate number 1, my inked folder, and the piece of paper, and the dies are still in there. So I'm going with my left hand this time apparently. So just want to go with nice even pressure, nothing too fast, because I really want that ink to transfer. Okay, now this is the first time I've done this, so I'm going to, oops, everyone heard that. Do you know what? I've actually done this backwards. Haha. I made a mistake. So we can't actually ink up that side. Oh, I didn't think about that. That's okay. We can still use these pieces. But you can see pretty much how evenly, except for that hello, it did transfer. So we made a mistake. That's okay. These will still be usable. We come here to learn. And sometimes the best way to learn is to do and make mistakes. I just didn't think, did I? So to clean this up, I am actually going to move these right out of the way. Oh, and I just touched that, that brayer, but that's okay. I am going to clean everything using my spray alcohol. Just ignore things. It comes out back to front, Julie. It's all good. It's all good. So what I am going to do, I'm going to spray the embossing folder. I have my inky microfiber cloth, and that cleans up like an absolute dream. Wow. Okay, I do also need to clean this side, but as Julie just said to us, we need to ink up the logo side. But of course, I need to do it my way first. It's all good. This is, the ink is on the outside. That's okay. Clean, clean, clean. The ink was on the outside, just in case there is any on there. And I do need to clean the brayer. So I'm just going to pop that to the side. This one's going to take a bit. So what I'm going to do first and foremost is literally just wipe off this without anything. Okay, and then what I think I will do, don't worry, this cloth cleans up so beautifully. This is just water. I'm a bit scared of using alcohol on my rubber brayer. Oh, that water is just working perfectly. Because it is a water-based ink, it is, you can see, it's just come off. And these stain, which is fine, but I do just want to get off this ink. I can just see a little bit still here on this edge. So just water, and I can see that ink beading up and coming off. So that is clean, and I am actually going to check that. I do have my hostess code here, so we'll just have a brief ad interlude while I turn it over. And that is totally clean. There is no ink transfer. That's what I was using that for. So any orders up until the 31st of January, you can use that hostess code, and if your order's over $70, you will receive my class free. So the class I was talking about earlier in the video. Okay, Julie, thank you so much for being the voice of reason. I'm just going to leave my pecan pie open there. So the side with the logo is the actual side that we would like inked up. So this is going to give us, well, that is just a little dot of pecan pie ink. There we go. So these are just lines. So it's not going to be the solid. It's going to be, I'll just show you, we're just going to be getting the lines that go in between or around the letters. Okay, so that is nice and inky and appears to be fairly even. So just going to do all that again and just one direction. One direction, one direction. Okay. Okay, pray, hope, love, all the things. Okay, so this is where I need to do this, and I need to put this die in very carefully because I don't want to remove any of that ink. Okay, now I want to place my paper but not move it. So paper is placed, this is closed. I'm going to pop this over here. We had a bit of a issue with this closing, but that's okay. Ow. I wish I could be quicker, but that is kind of not in my wheelhouse. So we're going to pop this down. We're going to, and I've had a fair bit of ink transfer from the pecan pie. So crank, 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 crank. Probably gone a little bit quicker, but that's okay. Hopefully we have had enough pressure for that to all transfer. Okay, so they are our 3 pieces. We've got 2 successful pieces and 1 piece where we learned our lesson, but we can use the other side. Okay, close this up. Put that on the floor out of the way. So we have a fair bit of ink on this. We did have a little bit of ink transfer, but these ones came out wonderfully with our outline. So all the words are outlined. So that is wonderful. And then what we can do, we can fill in that white area with other ink, either using brayer or blending brushes. So this one already has a little bit of pecan pie, but that's okay. So I'm going to pop these off and we're going to clean up, just so we are all clean and not transferring this ink onto other projects. Okay, so for this part, I do want to use my alcohol spray. So this is the one you use with vellum, and you get that beautiful transfer with our Stampin' blends. I did buy it for that reason. I haven't done that technique yet, but I can tell you, beautiful for cleaning. Beautiful, beautiful for cleaning. And that's what I've predominantly been using it for. So I just got a bit of ink on here. Take it off here and just do the other side, and we are clean. I kind of just want a tinsiest bit of hand sanitizer just to make sure. So when adding ink, we've learned a lesson. When adding ink to your embossing folder, when it is open, we want to add it to the logo site. Okay, and we can cut and emboss all at the same time. These lines on the outside of the letters that weren't there before, they do not show through when I then go and emboss this piece by itself. Okay, so they're there, but they do not make a difference at all. Okay, can pop those to the side, have a little bit of water and get, oh no, I need to clean my brayer. Most important. Just, you know, do your messy stuff, clean up and then keep going. Otherwise, disasters will happen. So this is just coming off again really, really beautifully, just like the pecan pie did. And I will bring back that piece of paper to make sure that there is no ink left on this, because I would hate to go to another project and have a dirty brayer. No ink transfer, so that is clean and ready to use on something else. Here is our hostess code again, because I am kind of thinking about what I need, so I might as well have something on the screen. I think I want to use my small blending brushes. I was just having a moment of what I thought I needed. I'm going to need this out, so I'm going to leave all my cleaning products on the desk. Okay, so I have a brown one here. I'm going to grab just a piece. So the ones that I accidentally did pecan pie on the other side are going to be the ones we play with first. So we beautifully inked the other side, but we're going to do this. So I did want to use my pecan pie, and what I want to do, I can do this, but I am going to colour the whole piece. So that does highlight what we want. And if I just kind of go very, very lightly, I can get that just enough, because a little bit darker than the actual background. Not perfectly blended, but just a little bit darker. Okay, so I've got that. I would love that, but that's okay. That ain't gonna happen. Okay, so you can kind of see where we're going there. I can't believe you guys didn't give me any applause for getting the outlines right. Okay, so we are just going to have a play, possibly with the love you. Okay, now I am literally just playing to see what kind of effect that I get, because I kind of want to do a swipe. No, I'm getting both sides because it's a foam pad. Yep, that's okay. These are fine. These are fine. This is all just playing, isn't it? Okay, that one's not working. Oh, don't want to use that one. I want to use the ones that we are just experimenting. So you make me happy, because of course you girls make me happy. Now let's grab back in this sprayer. Okay. So that is a nice even amount. So I can do that. Although, do you know what I did? I rocked back and forward rather than going all the way along. But in the going all the way along, I probably went a little heavy-handed. So take 2. I just want to just kiss it ever so lightly. Okay, that kind of worked. I'll just pop that one right way up. So if you go ever so lightly, you may get a little bit of transfer, but not too much. Just a little bit. Are you guys still here? You still supporting? Okay. Just going to try the get well. If not, I'm loving the outlines. Okay, and then the outlines I can add color to with our blending brushes. So very, very lightly. That one went well. That one went quite well. So this one, so you've just got to experiment. This one I did quite well. I got a little bit of transfer, but not too much. Sharon, I'm so glad. I know this is my first play. I know, Wendy. I've actually got a bumpy one of these brayers. I used a sealing adhesive medium that I probably shouldn't have used with the brayer. So I actually have a like glue brayer, and then I have my inky brayer. Okay, so I've got 2 usable ones. Actually, I am going to, let's just see how we go with this, just because we've already done this. Ooh, that worked really well. So we've got the background, and then we just inked over the top. So we blended with the small blending brush, and then I just went over it with the brayer. Yeah, Patty. Okay, you're on. Let's see how good my hand is. Maybe I want to choose something a little bit smaller, but I think I have used everything small. Oh no, I've got the Oh Happy Day. I've got the Oh Happy Day. Right, let's give the Oh Happy Day a whirl. I think I might use something light and maybe go in with Pool Party. Sponge dauber, yes, actually, I don't know where my sponge dauber, actually, I do. I'm looking at my sponge daubers right now. Unfortunately, I'm a little heavy-handed with sponges and sponge daubers. So this is our little pile of ones we've done. So look, we're improving, and my biggest bit of advice is just keep trying. Don't give up. Now, I could have given up after I did this with all of them and inked the wrong side, because here I was thinking it would work. So, big deep breaths. Actually, I'm going to pop this. The other side is no less inky on this. Just trying to. I'm really freaking out using this. Yes, Wendy. I don't know. I can be much softer with blending brushes. Oh, no, this is going. How did they do it, Patty? because I'm stuffing it up. Okay, let's go from the brush end to the other end. As we said, we're only trying. Oh, the bullet end is significantly better. Significantly better. But I still go outside the line. So this is a me thing, not a colouring thing. So definitely a me thing, because I do not have the steadiest hand in the world. But I reckon if I was to put this back in and emboss around the outside, actually it doesn't look half bad. It's not as bad as what I thought. Okay, so that's me outlining it with the Stampin' blend and the bullet end is better than the brush end. Okay. Hello, Miss Lorraine Morgan. How are you? Long time no see. Lorraine is one of my team members that was at my before mentioned team meeting on the weekend. Okay, anything else that I need to try? Just going to remove as well. And this piece of paper is getting consigned to the bin because I think I'm ready to make some projects using the outline ones. But we've had a red hot play. So just while I clean up this brayer, if anyone else has any other suggestions of simple ways we can colour these that I can show you, and then I will get going. So just water to clean off your brayer, please. I don't want, and I do this exactly the same way for the silicone one. Don't use any alcohol because these are water-based inks, and I would hate to wreck the material of the brayer. Now, yes, this brayer has significantly changed in colour since I used it this morning, because we have used both basic grey and pecan pie on it, which are quite strong colours. But that to me is nice and clean. We will bring back in my January hostess code, screenshot if required. It's just the only piece of paper at hand. Oh yes, I am making a big inky mess. Okay, this has water in it, so it is not actually the roller that transferred that. It's the water in this channel at the back that, oh, I suppose, do you know, I'll do that off screen. You can pull out the rubber cylinder and clean in there, but that is not happening now. Okay. I'm going to close some ink pads because I don't think I'm going to continue to use these ink pads. So we had some success with our pecan pie, but I think using basic grey and other colours will work really well for both bits of designer series paper that I am going to use. So I think these two are being consigned to the actual recycling bin because they're just gone. I don't think there is any saving them. Okay, blending brushes. See, Lorraine, I did do that one with the blending brush, but I then went over with the brayer to highlight the words because the blending brush, there wasn't enough contrast. But I think, and what I will show you now, and I'll do it after I choose some paper. This is the outline, and having a blending brush go over that, I think will work really, really well. Okay, so I will now show you with the proper ones. This was just us playing and experimenting. It is Patty, and you girls allowed me to make mistakes, which I love, and you can learn from my mistakes. You can learn. Sorry, there was just some stuff there. No, we're still going. That's just my computer. Sorry, refreshing my own feed here. Just take a little swig of water, and then I will grab the Flight and Airy paper, and we'll see which one we're going to choose. I will be showing you some projects with Flight and Airy probably next week, because at our recent team meeting, we do a card swap. And 4 out of the 6 people that participated in the card swap used Flight and Airy Designer Series paper. So this is our sale-a-bration paper that you can earn for every $90 spent in Australia. Bit different everywhere else. So by the looks of it, I have this beautiful piece right here that is the exact size of the card front, but I can cut this down, make 2 cards, put 2 sentiments, and that'll be really quick and easy. And we're just showing off the stunning birds. And on the back side of this, my favorite, we have fresh freesia. So I'm just, oh, here comes the rain. Rain or wind? Rain. Oh, just make it more humid, Miss Mother Nature. I wonder, Miss Lorraine, down the road from me, are you humid today, or are you having a sea breeze? Now, I'm thinking this piece might do really well as a base for a sentiment. So using all the bits, look at that, that looks amazing. Very happy with that. Right, so let's bring back my color chart and we can talk about what colors are in the Flight and Airy paper. So our blue is, it's not boho, it must be Misty Moonlight. Or I'm thinking maybe very lightly going over my friend here in Misty Moonlight. And I do need to grab a whole nother, there we go. I have a slightly cleaner piece of scrap paper, and just making this Misty Moonlight to tie in with our birds. Now I do have some blue blending brushes that we used on the weekend. I'm going to use the very, well, that's barely got any blue, Misty Moonlight. Oh, absolutely. More than happy to share my mistakes, Patty. I've been doing this a very long time. My son had started kindy. It's my stamping anniversary for joining Stamping Up later this week, on the 1st. So I'm going over really, really lightly here because I can always add more ink, but I can't take it away. And actually this is really hitting quite well those higher areas, which is what we want. So what I can do is keep popping this back to see how we like it. And I'm thinking we kind of leave that right there. It's actually really pretty. Now with this one, I may want to transfer to a bit of a pink. And this is the difference. When I was, and I probably should try it with the smaller one, when I was colouring my Just Because here, I was using the smaller brush, but I think I have a bit more control with the bigger brush. Absolutely, Wendy, absolutely. I was talking about that with young adult children. I was talking to a friend about that the other day. I kind of maybe want to use Fresh Freesia for this one. One, it's my favourite colour, or one of my favourite colours, and two, You Make Me Happy. Do we like that one? Love you. Thank you. What do we want to use? I think the You Make Me Happy sounds great. It's there. I've opened it. Let me find my purple brush in here. If you're my scissors, I didn't put you back, but you are under here. I find it much easier to use scissors to open this. Okay. And yeah, we were just talking about how it is so hard to watch our kids make the mistakes, but we can only advise them and let them make their own mistakes. Really, there's one way to learn. And I know that's how I learned. I had to make the mistakes because Lavender made a mistake last year taking a freelance job, and she learned a great lesson from it, and I doubt she will make that again, and she now knows what she's worth. Okay, this one is a little harder because the letters are smaller, so you can't just quite get that light and dark like we can with this one, but it's highlighted by the stamping, so we don't have to be so precise. So I'm just pouncing a little bit more of this just to make it darker. So sorry if you can hear Owen, he's playing some game. Great. Now I'm going to look through my scraps and try and find another scrap piece of paper that I can use. And whoa, no one saw that, did they? Okay, I do need to wipe off these scissors now, because they definitely have ink on them. I joined in 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 12 years. There you go. 12 years, but I've been around Stampin' Up since they started in Australia, but my kids, I just felt, were a little bit too little, and life was way too hectic when they were younger. Oh, now I happen to have another piece of this. I'm just going to, I'll take this away for the moment. And I'm just going to see, oh, that's a little bit too close in colour, I think. I think these are the only ones, scraps I've got. I haven't got many scraps, but I think they all are all basically of the same sheet. Oh, no, I do have the blue. That can work. Yes. That one will work. Great. Great. Good. Using up our scraps. Pop these back in the clear envelopes. These are our medium envelopes that I store all my cards in. I also have one dedicated to each of my designer series papers to corral all the scraps. So it just corrals all the scraps and it just lives in my pouch. Oh, thank you, Susan. Yes, for me it helps. I know those larger cases aren't available anymore, but I find them so incredibly useful. Okay, so, and hello, Susan. How are you, I should say as well. Lovely, lovely to have all of you here with me. Okay, I think for my Sunny Days cards, I don't think I'm actually going to colour any of them, but these ones, because the background is a little bit busier, they do need some corralling. Not too sure I love that. I'm actually considering cutting it in half, but that's okay. I do like these ones with some embellishments. I think they'll be perfect. Possibly looking at, I'm just going to check the boho blue first. Is that boho blue? Now this is a colour I actually have a lot of trouble using, but the boho blue is actually the correct colour. Even though I used a darker blue, I probably should have used the boho, but I'm thinking it's not quite working because the blue. Not sure. I am not doing too bad, Susan. I feel like my falling apart body is maybe stopping falling apart a little bit, which is lovely. I just want to check on this one, our fresh freezer, which I've got to reach a long way for. And my arms aren't quite long enough and my fingers aren't quite nimble enough. Ever had that problem? Have it all the time. Okay. So, just, it doesn't have to, yes, that works perfectly. So one in the boho blue, one in the fresh freezer, and we're going somewhere. I want to score this way. And here we are saying I find the boho blue hard to use, and I'm using the boho blue. They are so pretty. This sale-a-bration paper is stunning, and all I'm doing is adding a sentiment and some bling I will add, but that's it. Just very, very simple. Let me make sure. Okay, this is, it's cutting down and then scored. So one's going to be a side fold card, one's going to be the top fold card, because that is the cardstock that I have available. And however much I prefer side fold cards for portrait, that's not happening today. So I did want to cut this down. So this is about 4 centimeters. So if I cut it in half at about 2, I think that will look better. And if not, I'll add a vellum circle or something just behind it. I just think that, yes, it's just not so imposing. Much, much better. I like that. So we're going We're just matching our colours. I'm so glad you don't know that one, Miss A, because I didn't ask you anything. Fold both of these. Oh, that's okay, no problems at all. Just mention me to your lovely ladies and tell them I say hi, and I hope they enjoy making these cards. Just something really simple, and the good thing is if they all do one sheet of these each, they go home with extras to play with, which is a good thing. Need my holder because I'm going to use it a few more times. Now that is with this card. Pretty sure that's what we chose. If not, tough luck. That's pretty close to me. I am thinking of putting these ones on dimensionals. I do need, where did I put my bone folder? There's just a cutting edge on a few of these edges, and all I do to smooth down that cutting edge is just use my bone folder, because I've obviously cut it for this side and just the cutting edges there. Okay, a couple of dollops, small dollops of course. Have to use things in moderation. Okay, and this is going to be the exact width because it came exactly off that piece of paper. Use some mini dimensionals, I think, if I can grab them out. Okay, scissors. It's always the, I want it made now. I know it's going to look amazing. Actually, I can use a couple of big ones as well. Oh, absolutely, Patty. This paper does do all the work for you. I shared a card last night as part of a blog hop, actually, using the Trusty Toolbox Designer Series paper, and oh my word, that paper does all the work for you as well. Okay, so just two big ones and then some little ones as well. Hey Siri, stop. Yes, I'd like you to stop listening. How rude. It's all good. And just one, will it fit? I'll tell you in a sec if I can see it from the other side. No, I cannot. So take your pick tool with the crafter's tips, because I love this hook end. It's the best. Okay. I do just have a little bin off screen. Oh, no I don't, because they ended up there and not in the bin. Okay, so the hello can go just like that. Perfect. Now, card 2, what? That sentiment just ended up on the floor, but we shall deal with that in just a second when I actually need it. I know it has been way too long, Wendy. Way too long. Okay, did you come to Sydney when, oh, I don't know when we were last in Sydney. I love the way you just knew I was coming to Melbourne. of course, I've got one downline coming with me, and I'm meeting some girlfriends in Melbourne, Stampin' Up girlfriends from all across Australia, and we all met during all the pandemic, and yeah, we've made firm, fast friends. 2019. Did we have something in Sydney in the meantime? I'm just wondering if we had something in Sydney between, because 2019, was 2019 in Auckland? Because I was in Auckland, but I was thinking there was something in between time. Yeah, maybe. Okay, now I have that picked up off the floor. Ah, Sharon, sorry, oh, hello, Miss Candy. Hello, hello. So many good tips tonight. I like the one with the paper that wasn't lying right, just flattening it with bone folder. Ah, you didn't know that one, Sharon. Yes, those pesky, because, I mean, Designer Series paper has two sides, but you can only cut it on one side. And you do get that, and sometimes it's a big lip, sometimes it's a little lip. And if it annoys you, just whack it down with your bone folder. Okay. Do you want me to continue, or do you want me to come back on Thursday and use our Sunny Days paper? I think I need to use a mini one there. It's just not quite big enough. Just use two. Because I'm thinking what else I can do with these on Thursday's video, because I normally do two videos, on at least two videos in a row. I try to on a product, but I'm not sure. Tell me what you think. I'm hoping you can't hear the rain. It's just getting a little bit heavy. Not that I am complaining at all. Loving the rain. Oh, I'm glad that's what I'm here. No, exactly. I think you're like me, Wendy. You try not to miss an event that you qualify for. Okay, I just want this a little bit above, because I've still got to embellish. So I'm thinking I might leave the other ones till Thursday. Sorry, I had it lined up well, but not well enough. So because the happy isn't straight, but the you make me, I want to be straight. Okay, so that is the basis of our card done. Now we want to look for some embellishments. Finish with that, probably not finish with that. These can just go off to one side. Scrap of paper can go back here. Great. Awesome, awesome. I can now have room to bring these down. Oh, these ones would work nice. These are the iridescent foil gems. Or, let me find them. I do have the boho. These are the in-colored dots. Now I have the boho blue. So I might actually like to use the boho on that, in which case I can use, I will find them. I do have some fresh freesia ones. Okay, I have options for this one. Iridescent rhinestones, the gold or the foil iridescent, or these ones may be a bit translucent. These are the tinsel gems. So while I put gems on one card, I will let you vote on the second card. So these are the three options: gold, iridescent, or freesia. And I shall use these ones for this one. Thank you. I'm glad you like Thursday sunny days. Okay. And I will find, maybe because I've already made these, I may find something cool to do with the designer series paper, just to make them a bit more. The tinsel ones, either moonlight, well, because this is actually boho blue, not moonlight, but yes, I could use the moonlight ones on this. Very, very true. Oh, there we go. Okay, so kind of like that one there, because it's perfect. We've got 3 different sizes, so we can just use 3. Well, come up please. And then I'd like to pop this one here, and then I'll show you in a sec. The baby one just up there. So card 1, nice and simple, nothing tizzy, letting the paper be the star of the show, just with a few embellishments. Our cut, stamped, blended, no, our cut, braided and blended sentiment. I will get there after my things. Okay, so you said the tinsel ones first, so let's go with the tinsel. Pop those back and we can see which color we think works best. So I'm thinking the blue's a little too blue next to this. In real life, it doesn't. I'm going to use fresh freesia. Thank you, Margine. Thank you very much. I know you love that paper, Lorraine. Well, I was talking earlier, I don't know if you were here, about us all having, even though our theme, and I didn't tell you our theme for our team swaps was sale-a-bration, and then 4 out of the 6 of us used the Flight and Airy paper. Mine using the paper was down to being time poor, so I made some pretty simple cards, but I think they were really pretty. But I will do a January card roundup and showing you my last couple of months of swaps. I'll share that video next week. So yeah, okay, I'm pretty happy with that one too. Just highlighting, because the paper's so pretty, just really grounding that sentiment. I really almost want to bring the Stampin' blend and colour in the happy. Should I? The cards together. Cards together. Where is it? Fresh Freesia Deep. I so want to colour in this happy. I'm doing it because I've actually got lines on this. Oh, right. Got my Fresh Freesia Deep. I'm going for it, girls. I got lines on this one. I did slightly go out of the lines there, but no one's going to go, oh my God, what did Ellen do? This is making me much happier. So definitely the bullet end for this. Yeah, the brush end just, unless you've got a super duper steady hand, I think the bullet end is going to be your best friend here. But yes, just making all the difference. It's really highlighting that word. Now, I don't know, I was compelled to do it. Thank you, Patty, so much for that suggestion. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. So this one is Fresh Freesia Dark, just in case anyone wondered. Fresh Freesia Dark on the Fresh Freesia blending. I'm not going to go along the You Make Me because that's just a little too fine for my particular skills. So if you think you could do that, I think you're amazing. But my particular fine motor skills, no way. I should see. It would have Jody, but I'm a purple girl. You know that. And there is plenty enough blue on the card. I didn't want to detract from the birds. Wow, look at me talking and doing this and staying in the lines. Yes, that's so much better. So much better. Just recap this. I'm going to pop these back in. I do love the tinsel gems. I love the transparency of them. Ta-da. Except, can just play nicely, please. Apparently not. I will show you. I just want to get these gems away and safe. Of course, they don't want to play ball with me today. This is twisting. Why, my friend? It's done it again already, but not enough for me not to pop it in. Just this strip of friends, because I did a bit of a borrow and share with the colour. Those friends can go in there. Okay. Right. So what we started at the start of this nearly hour and a half is we played with the, and now the name of it is the Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing folder. So we used both the die and the embossing folder. We tried a few things. We made some mistakes. But what I ended up with was some plain white ones, gorgeous, crisp and beautiful. Yes, it does indeed. It does indeed. Thank you, girls, for the encouragement with the colouring. That's awesome. I also did some ones backwards. So I thought you could colour it that way. But no, that is backwards. And what I did with this one in particular, I went across with my brayer. We have the red silicone brayer in the catalogue available, and I did colour that with the brayer. Okay, I have also just coloured using our Stampin' blends. So that's just with the Stampin' blends. That's the teeny tiny one. So I think I did okay. I think if you look at it nice and close, you can see maybe some imperfections, but if we look at it a decent distance away, it looks fine. And then what I did, I inked up the embossing folder correctly to get the outline. And then we got these beautiful results. So these ones are ready to colour which is what I did with this. And so went over it with our blending brushes and then highlighted using our Stampin' Blends alcohol markers. I did pair them with, and I'll show you this one as well in a second, I did pair them with the Flight and Airy Celebration paper. So this celebration paper can't be purchased, it can only be earned. So in Australia, with a $90 order, you can earn this paper. What else? I'll show you these cards up nice and close so you can see. I was able to get less of the ink on the background with the hello with the blending brush than I was able to with the You Make Me Happy. But they are both cards we made. I will be back on Thursday on YouTube at 12 noon, and we will be using some more of these up using the Sunny Days Designer Series paper, which is one of our other celebration papers, because I have not been sharing them enough. So I am going to be doing that. Don't forget, I do have my class available, which is all about celebration. I'm almost finished that, but you can purchase it, and as soon as I'm finished, I shall email it to you. You'll get 4 exclusive videos and a project sheet. If you need any help earning or purchasing any of these products, please don't hesitate to ask, and I do have my shop link in the description. I hope to see you on Thursday. If not, have a lovely week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.